Hello friends, welcome to the session of Moving Average Mastery by Stock Market Education. In this course, we will see how we can trade using moving averages. We will see how we can trail the stop loss using moving averages. So if you haven't subscribed this channel yet, do subscribe our channel. Don't forget to comment, like and share our channel with your friends and families. Now in this video, we will see what is moving averages and what are the different exponential moving averages which are frequently used. We will see how we can use it effectively so that we can take good trades, we can take good profits, and we can have a good conservative stop loss. We will also see how we can manage and use this exponential moving average or moving averages as our stop loss and trailing stop loss. We will see what are the advantages of using this moving averages while trading. And lastly, we will also see what are the disadvantages. So what is a moving average? So a moving average is basically a simple formula by which we calculate the average. Like suppose if we want to calculate a 10 days average closing price. So what you will do, you will take the 10 days closing price and then you will sum up all those numbers and divide it by 10. So that is how we get this simple moving average. And just by joining the closing of the last 10 candles, we can get the 10 moving average, or if we sum up last 20 candles, we'll get 20 moving average, and so on and so forth. So the number really doesn't matter. Then what is exponential moving average? So exponential moving average you can say it is an advanced version of simple moving average. So to calculate what is exponential moving average, this is the formula. It uses today's value and it uses the previous day's value as well. So as you can see, the formula is little bit complicated, but don't worry, you don't have to by heart this formula nowadays. We just get it on the computer, right? So now what is trading with simple moving average? We will see this with some live examples. Now here you can see this is a daily chart of Nifty, right? And now we will add moving averages. Suppose if I add a moving average, this is here you can see the settings and there's a 9-day moving average. So I'll just make it at 50 days moving average. In the style, I make this line a bit thick so that it appears very clearly. Now here, if you'll see the price here, it came below 50 moving average and the price fell down. Now once it bounced back, if you'll see this candle, it got resisted, the price got resisted, it came down. So whenever the price is below the 50 moving average, every bounce will be a shorting opportunity, and whenever the price will be above the 50 moving average, every dip will be a buying opportunity. Now here you can see there was a gap down and it didn't reach the 50 MA. The price bounced back. Now just see, you will be able to see every dip is a buying opportunity. Now here you can see the price came very near to the 50 moving average and the market bounced back. Here the price broke down, it came above and it took a resistance for 2 days, and when the price broke the 50 EMA, it started its uptrend again. Now again here you can see it took a support, right? So what you can do, how we can trade using this 50 moving average. Now here if you'll see, every dip as we saw above 50 was a buying opportunity. So suppose in case the market is above 50 MA and the price is far from 50 MA, this is not the time to enter the market since it is very far from the 50 MA. Now we'll wait for the price to come down near 50 MA. Now here you can see the price was in a sideways trend, then it took a support at 50 MA here. Now what happened, if you'll see, these are just the wicks of the candle. So there was very less trading happened near or at the price of 50 MA. The price just came down, it took a support and it moved again upwards. Now suppose if you would have waited over here to buy at 50 MA and here you got an entry, this price was around 11,547 and from here if you'll see the price went to around 12,600. So almost 1,000 point move and still it has not come below 50 MA. Now let us see how long we could have holded this particular trade. Now here it came below 50 MA. Now we can book our profit once. Now suppose if we have booked the profit exactly at the low of this candle is 13,596, almost 13,600. So from 11,500 to 13,600, almost 2,100 points. That was a good rally you carried, and that was like from November to Jan end, right? So November, December and Jan, for 3 months the long position continued. Now what happened after that? The price again bounced, it came back, it took a support here, and now here if you see the price is below this 50 MA. It is playing near 50 MA. It is not going above, it is not going down, and it is very sideways here. Now if you observe very curiously, this particular part of this EMA is having a slope. It has got some slope, and here after this particular candle, here you can see the EMA is almost flat. So this is the point where we avoid trading or using EMA. When the EMA is flat, you better don't trade using EMA. You use some other tools, but not EMA. Now what happens after this? See, you can see there is a rise in slope, and so is the price is rising. So now this again couldn't be a entry point. Now here it took a support and again it bounced back. Now see here it took a support. The price was around 15,650, and suppose we took an entry at around 16,000. So even if as late as 16,000, so after this also the price went up to 18,000, or rather 18,600, and then it came down. And now what here you can see is the price is taking support at 50 MA. Now the last candle what we can see it has closed below 50 MA. So there may be a probability that the price may fall down further, and if the price continues to remain under 50 MA, then every bounce will be a shorting opportunity. Now this is a stock of Bajaj Finance, and you can see here when the price came above 50 MA, every bounce was a buying opportunity. So this would have been a perfect buying opportunity, and this would have been a perfect buying opportunity as per 50 MA. And you can see that has given a very good profit till now, and your stop loss would have hit somewhere here 7,600 or 400 maybe, and here the price will take this high, so around 6,100 to around 7,400, so 1,300 profit by using simple technique of EMA. So can this be used for a shorter time frame? Now this is a 50 MA, right? Yeah, you can use it, but then it will be a very nasty movement. There will be lots of buying and selling of your trade. See, I took a 9 moving average, which is by default, many people use it, but you will see that there are very few trades which you can be able to enjoy the ride. But if you will keep 50 MA, if you will take a 50 moving average, then you will get good trades. And this trading can be done by doing a job, or by doing other business. You can just buy at this point, keep a tight stop loss, you can see, and then you can make good profits. Now there's another example of Asian Paints. So there's a very good bullish stock And every dip in this Asian Paints is a buying opportunity. Whenever the stock comes below 50 MA, it doesn't stays for much longer time. It just comes above 50 MA. So if you want to buy Asian Paints, you can wait for 50 MA. Now let us see if this works on other stocks. There's a banking sector, HDFC Bank. This also you can see. Whenever the price tested this 50 MA, it bounced back. So there's an example of how we can use 50 moving average as a buying opportunity, or we can also use it as a trailing stop loss. Now what we'll do is, we have seen the single moving average now. Now we will add one more moving average, and we will see how we can use two moving averages to take trades and take our trading decisions. Now along with 50, let me add one more moving average. I'm adding 20 moving average. Now here, when you use two moving averages, the cross that happens can be considered as your buying and selling opportunity. Now this cross, after this cross, you can do a long as per moving average theory. Now here, this cross will give you an exit signal if you enter here. Now again, you may short. Now here you can see that the price is below 50 MA and 20 EMA. So every bounce is a short. See here you saw 20 EMA, it got resisted and the price came down. So you can use 50 and 20 EMA as, now here, see here, this was a buy signal. After this particular crossover, then the price came down and it retested that 50 EMA, and again the price bounced back. Now here also it came down, it came below 20 EMA. It gave a sell signal, but again it gave a buy signal. So again there was an entry point. See now here what happened in this particular time frame or this particular duration, the market was in a sideways, in a very range bound direction. It was not going anywhere, right? So that's the reason why moving averages will give you some false signals also sometimes. So we have to ignore it. When the market is in a sideways, we do not use moving averages. Don't forget this rule. See now after that, when it gave the breakout with the buy signal, the market has not yet given, the two EMAs have not yet given a crossover. Now it gave a crossover. Now here you can take a sell. So this is how we usually use a EMA. This was for a long position. Now we'll see the bank called Bandhan Bank. Now this is an example of Bandhan Bank, and after this negative crossover, the stock almost fell from 520, 530 points to 240 points. So this was a very good shorting opportunity. So we can use the EMA or the two EMAs for long as well as short positions. Now if you want to play at a very or at a little lower level, you can take lower moving averages. Like here I have taken 20 and 50. We'll take 12 and 24, 26 maybe. Now this is 12 and 26. Now this also gives you signals, but you can see there is lots of noise in the signals. So just to avoid that signals, the noise, we take the EMAs or the moving average as 50 and 20. Now we have seen two moving averages, right? Now there is something called as golden crossover. This is a very beautiful thing that works in moving averages, and I also like to trade on golden crossovers because many a times it gives a very good signal or very good rally after that signal. So let us see how a golden crossover looks like. Now here we have added two moving averages. Now in a golden crossover we add more moving averages. Like we have added 9 is there, then we'll keep on adding. Now 12, 26, I'll put 20. So anything below 50 I'll just keep on adding, say 35 or maybe 50. I think that's enough. So in this case we'll just see the Nifty 50 charts, which is a Nifty index. Now whenever these multiple moving averages come close to each other, and you can see here at these conjunction areas, when they expand they give a very good profit. Now here you can see the way they expanded here after the squeeze in the moving averages. There's a squeeze in the moving average, and we can see that the price went on and on and on. Now again there is a similar, not a squeeze exactly, but the exponential moving averages are coming nearby each other. So whenever the moving averages come towards each other, you can also see, or you can also observe that the price is moving in a sideways direction. It is range bound. So better avoid such situations to trade using moving averages. After this expansion, yes, it is good. Let us see what happened in a stock called Reliance. If we add the same moving average, see here, there was this conjunction, proper conjunction, there was a squeeze in that band, moving average band, and then there was an expansion. So this was a very good time to enter long in Reliance. And if you'll see, the price was around 2100, but when the price moved up, it is around, now it has closed at 2473, but it has gone up to 27,800, 2700, 2751 something. Yes, so we have got a, here we have got a rally of around 700 points after 2100. So percentage wise it was a good rally in just 1, 2, 3 months. So in 3 months you get a good rally. So if you're doing a business, or if you're doing a job, and if you want to invest in stocks, you wait for such golden crossovers and try to get those crossovers or the stocks very near to your stop loss, right? So now we have seen this golden crossover. Now when to use the moving averages, there is a very important point. People forget that when you should use the moving average. Now there should be a slope, as we saw, there should be a slope for the moving average. Then only you'll consider it as a valid signal. When the moving average is flat, you will see that there are lots of crossovers happening, and then you'll end up taking stop loss every now and then. So it is better you avoid such scenarios. You enter and wait for a slope to happen, right? Then the second most important thing is wait for a dip to buy. When you want to buy a stock, do not buy at a market price. You wait for the market or that price to come down near 50 MA and give you a buy signal. There are two reasons why you do that. First one, your entry will be very near to your stop loss as per price action. And second one, if your entry is good, then definitely your reward will overvalue your risk. The third point is wait for a bounce to short sell. If you want to short sell using EMAs or using moving averages, you better wait for a bounce. When the price bounces near the moving average, then it is a good time to short. So again, like for buying, what we do, we wait for a dip. So for shorting, we'll wait for a bounce so that our risk is less, stop loss is very near to your entry, right? The most important point, when not to use moving averages. Don't forget, when the market is in a sideways direction, it is in a consolidation phase, it is making a triangle formation or a flag formation, do not use moving averages. Just leave them aside, or just keep it, but do not focus much on them. Now these are some of the commonly used moving averages, that is 5, 13, 20, 26, 45, 50, 100, 200. Now whenever the market goes below 200 moving average, we'll just delete everything from here and I'll keep only one moving average, that is 200. Now whenever the market moves below 200 moving average, it is said that the market has gone into recession, and all the people or all the news channel, they come and shout that yes, the market has gone in recession. Now here you can see this was a COVID situation which happened, and the market literally went below 200 EMA. It broke the 200 EMA, it was around 11,690, and the market came to around 7,600 in the matter of just not even 1 month. But when the market came above 200 EMA, see here you can see it took a support. This was a great buying opportunity then at that time, if anybody would have used EMA. Now after that, see what happened. You can see the market is still about 200 EMA. So for the recession to come again, the market has to go below 16,000 or this EMA level as of now, right? So whenever you want to invest a stock, if it is below 200 EMA, you better do not invest. Just stand aside. Now I'll show you an example. There's a company called Hero MotoCorp, which was once a fundamentally great company, which had given good returns to many of the investors. We'll go from monthly chart rather. I'll hide down. There's a monthly chart. Now here you can see this company almost from 96. Okay, it was trading at around 31 rupees, 40 rupees, and it had gone high till 4,000, 100 times returns. But then it fell down to 1600, and again it bounced back. Now this is a monthly chart. What if we see a daily chart? In a daily chart, if you'll see, and if you put just 200 EMA, now as you can see, there is every selling opportunity, or people are selling at every bounce below 200 EMA. Every bounce is considered to be a selling opportunity. So 200 EMA is equally important than the 50 EMA. 200 EMA is rather the most important. Now why 200 EMA? Because 1 year has around 365 days, and out of that 200 days are almost working days globally, around about 200. So most of the people use this 200 EMA 200 moving average, sorry. Yeah. Now what are the advantages of using moving averages? The very first advantage is the stop loss, which is near to your entry. You can wait for your entry, you can get a proper stop loss, you can trail your stop loss along with the moving averages, and you can be in the trade for a longer time. Now what are the disadvantages of moving this exponential moving average? This moving average, be it simple or exponential, those are a bit laggard indicator. So entry and exit may be a little late, but that is during a trend change. You can take good entries at, suppose the stock is in an uptrend, you can wait for the stock to come back at 50 EMA or any 50 moving average or 20 moving average, then you can enter. But if you want to catch the top of the market or the bottom, which is next to impossible, or which is luck by chance most of the times, 90% of the times, yes, you better avoid this using moving averages. at the tops or the bottoms. They are not so useless. Now just to have a quick recap about what we studied in today's video, the first thing we saw was the SMA, the simple moving average. We saw how we can use the simple moving average for trading. We'll wait for the 50 moving average and all we saw, right? We can also trail the stop loss. Then we saw what is the exponential moving average, the upgraded version of moving average we can say. I usually use exponential moving average for trading, but then I use SMA also. And then lastly, the most important thing which we learned today was the golden crossover. So now onwards, you try all these moving averages. You also try this golden crossover and see what suits you, which helps you to take your profits to the next level, which helps you to take your positions to maximize your profits. You try different exponential moving average, try different simple moving averages, try the combination of two as we saw 2050. I'll try using that. And then you can, if you have any doubt in this video, if you have any, you need any clarification on any topic or something, you can just write down in the comment box. I do read all the comments. I do reply all the comments. So for more such videos, check this channel. Thank you. Keep it simple and enjoy trading.